Okay, upgrade time. I'm going to talk a little bit about Lil Abe here. He's got a new card in him. And he's looking pretty good. He also required a new motherboard. I'm now running the Asus Maximus 11. Which is a nice upgrade. I've got a 9700K in there, running at about a little shy of 5. And 3080 Ti Hydro Copper is a nice running card. I was running two 700 series cards in this and Sly. They were EVGA and they were both highly overclocked and on water, and I had them tweaked up nice, but in the beginning of the drought I had planned on replacing them and then couldn't. So Lil ABE is sat idle. This is a Lian Li case, which I dearly love. Very fond of Lian Li. Just the build quality, the aluminum, just all of it. And this cube build here, the 11, is just awesome to build into. And I've enjoyed using this over the years. I didn't put the 3080 Ti on water myself. I got the Hydro Copper and I just really like the block. And so this is the back of it. It's going to be some harsh lighting. Future me. If you remember, this is not a good work light for filming, for sure. All right, that's the second reservoir back there. And the second pump, which is exactly the same as the one in the front chamber. All 4 panels are off, the 3 side panels and the top panel. I've got a thing about the Corsair 1200s, PSUs. They're just really nice. It's overkill, but what's not? And besides, part of the ABE standard is overkill in power because they're built to be massive overclockers. This one does well. I've got the triple here with the Vardar fans blowing into the back of the case. I've got exit fan in that back chamber out the back. And the side intake here I was worried about. That's just a mesh. And of course it's covered by the side plate when I have it on, but not a problem. Keeps it very cool. I've got this back Vardar fan here set for intake. I've got these two in the top set for outflow. They run through this radiator pretty good. I love the XSPC radiators, by the way. This is it without the top panel, but as you can see, it's got good airflow. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's putting out some good air. And I'm just very happy with this build. In case I've forgotten about how much I liked doing this one. This is the second in the ABE series. And even though I've done a lot about ABE in the past, I did like 3 little notes to myself about ABE. He's he got his reward, that's for sure. He's still all open. I think he's gorgeous like this, but with the side and top panels and the dust cover on, I think he's awesome. So he also got the EVGA 3080 Ti Hydro Copper. Again, not going through the trouble of putting a water block on it. If need be, and I don't think it will be, I'll just pull the block and redo the paste. But honestly, just on the initial overclocks, because I'm learning this architecture different from what I'm used to, in terms of memory and voltage, and I'm loving it, and I'm getting some good initial results. It's not going to be like those folks on liquid nitrogen, but I'll start looking at the leaderboard a little more carefully, and we'll see what Abe can do. In the meantime, I looked at one of my older videos to myself before I started the upgrades, and one of the things that I was complaining about was Abe not keeping up with Cyberpunk. Well, after all the patches, obviously, he did very well indeed, but with the new cards, both Abe and his younger brother are tearing it up. And that is not an easy monitor to run with all the eye candy turned up full. Boy, has it been a blast, in case you've forgotten. I'm going to do a couple of more, I think. This one was Lil ABE. While he's up here on display. I'm going to do, I don't know, 2 more, I think. One more to myself. That's a swivel pad. I just threw it down there. One more on what they look like once they're back where they're supposed to go. That'll be a quick one. And then, because I'm getting old, I'm going to give myself a video about all my computer gaming years. I got really tired of not being able to game at the level I wanted to on PC when I was a kid. Believe me, that was a long time ago. And by kid, I'm not talking about kid. So I started building them and overclocking them and cooling them and loving them, you know, just really appreciating the aesthetics and what I could do with what I did, what I could find, what I could build. And of course, will it run Crysis? Will it crash Minecraft? Well, I can tell you, these guys do pretty good so far. All right, I'm going to cut it off, although I could gush about Lil ABE because it was so much fun to build. But enough is enough. Just remember, future me, couldn't have had more fun. And boy, the games. When you got everything cranked up high and your frame rates are so far above 100 that, well, anyway, it's an old gamer talking. There it is, Mike. Now, that was Lil ABE.